Hello to you, my fellow Dark Ones. How are you guys doing today? How's life? Yes, we have tritons. Today is going to be a beautiful day. It's going to be the day of rearmament. I need to change my armor, I couldn't find a better name. So the thing is, Create has been finally updated to Fabric, and therefore we get a brand new armor. The diving suit. It's amazing for my puddles of water. No. Apparently, if we combine it in a smithing table, we get the netherite diving helmet, also the back tank, and the boots. It's very fancy. I know, if we charge this with rotational energy, we would be able to breathe under lava, and also swim in lava. How would you know if it's full? It doesn't update in the Wayla. This is going to be great because today we have a very long project in the Nether. I guess you're charged. The question is that how would you test it without dying? Maybe here? And we do have 15 minutes of air which can also be improved. It's like the Crimson Pendant from Botania. But as I have already mentioned, today is going to be the day of rearmament. We need to fix our stuff. One of the things that we have to fix is my sword. I have fire aspect on it and I'm not a fan. I guess this is the only way of getting rid of it. Yes, sweeping edge, knockback 2, mending, unbreaking, looting and smite. This is going to be the sword for the wither. Are you joking? So minus the hiccup, I have upgraded my helmet, now we have protection on it as well. Those were the original enchantments, so everything was garbage. We now have 2 new swords, one of them is smite, and the other one is normal sharpness. And the best part is, we have a backup back tank, and each one of them has capacity 3 on it, meaning that we get 30 minutes of respiration. So let me try to go to the nether, find the thing that I want, and I'll bring you right back. I can jump in lava, right? Yeah, this is great. So I just had to dig a tunnel for 1200 blocks and I went to the wrong fortress. I was looking for a fortress in a soul sand valley and unfortunately the seed generator was kind of wrong. There was a fortress, there was a soul sand valley, but unfortunately only like 2 blocks of the fortress was in the valley. The rest of it was in a crimson forest. And that is no bueno. But this time I went to a parallel universe, I cheated a bit and I think I found the correct fortress. It's just 1000 blocks away in another direction. But this time I think I do have a better plan. Instead of digging down at Y level 15, which goes into ravines of lava, we're going to dig on the nether roof. Not on it, a bit under it. Because at Y level 15, this is what you end up with. And yes, I had to fill it in 1300 blocks later, and there you go. That's what we want. A fortress crossroads on a soul sand valley. It's actually ideal. Look at the wither skeletons. So nice. Although the main problem is going to be transportation, so let us sort that one first. Ladies and gentlemen, the tunnel that you see in front of you is 1500 blocks. This is going to be something totally unnecessary, but we're also going to decorate it. And yes, I'm using rails instead of ice boats because this gives me better control on the logistics. You know, just in case I need to use Minecart with a chest. Although it does take like 5 minutes to reach the end of the tunnel. I am exaggerating a bit, but you get the gist. And each of these boosters that you see in front of you are 2 chunks away. I haven't reached there yet. Whoop. That's a problem. I forgot that we are in a soul sand valley, so skeletons are everywhere. And that is the whole point, because wither skeletons are also skeletons. This is a long drop. But there's also a bastion. We don't need that. Do we? So warped stem is one of the blocks that I want to use in the tunnel, and unfortunately we don't have any production of it. That is a teeny tiny bit of a problem because if I decimate the entire forest, I don't think it's going to be enough. And this is not 3/4 forest, this is like 1000 blocks away from spawn. So don't you worry, I'm not destroying anybody's base. The good thing about the warped ones is that I don't think they get bigger than a 5x5. I'm assuming that one was not one of them. It was like 2 or 3 of them next to each other. Yeah, like this one. A positive point of making an actual farm is that we will have a production of shroom lights. I love them a lot. A negative point is that we have to design something, I guess. Let us try a farm first. If not, I'll come here and grind. I guess the first thing to understand is that are you considered a tree? I mean, can you chop it down with a saw? Oh. I had no idea. So first off, we don't really have to automate this, but the amount of garbage that you get worries me. Because you see, we just got 1 fungus and a bajillion garbage. Secondly, when you chop it down, you get like 5 logs, a bit of shroom lights, and a ton of garbage. And that is the garbage from the last 5 minutes. I personally think that the hardest part of making something in survival Minecraft is actually placing down the blocks. You know, you have to vary it, you have to scaffold, you have to place some things upside down. It's very tricky. The schematic cannon, build it in like 18 minutes. It places things one by one, so yeah, it does take a bit of time, but it did save a lot of time. The problem is that it did mess up the redstone. And just in case you're wondering, this is going to be our fungus farm, which unfortunately the redstone is missing. Yep, this side is empty. Did you at least place down the hoppers? Huh, those are correct. Observers are missing. Anyways, we have warped nylium, we have crimson nylium, we have bone meal, and then we would be able to farm them. But a bit later on. If you guys remember last episode, I did mention that we're going to do something for Lord Traverse of Darkness, creator of bubbly hearts. Especially the purple one. I think I just spent 2 hours in creative making the schematics. And yes, the first schematic that I ever made was called blah. Yes. Traverse of Darkness. And oh my goodness, you're big. It's supposed to be something that we put on the mountain, you know, so that we can see it everywhere from our base. Okay, I think here is good. Then we need to rotate it. Ah, that looks awesome. Actually made it myself, block by block. I don't know if there was an easier way. So we want it to come a bit closer. Actually, maybe we can put it a bit higher. We bring it this side, we take it up a bit, and then we somehow have to move it back and forward. Dude, you have space. Go back, please. It's not very easy to place it down, but I think that is a decent location. Yeah, I can clean that side of the mountain. That should be fine. You know, today I wanted to make a nether base. I'm doing an amazing job. Yes, that is perfect. I don't really know the range of the cannon. We put you there. You go in and give me a list of materials. Thank you. So something really fun. I don't know how to make concrete. Oh, it's just sand and gravel. We always had immersive engineering. Why the hell would you need concrete? You know, the main problem with this building is that you need so many different colors. I almost died 10 times out of ender pearling, but I think we're done. So magenta, white, some light gray wool, red terracotta. Are we good? Yes. We're perfect. So we want you to replace everything. And I guess start. Are you missing your target? Oh, you're digging. Awesome. A very important thing. I have to clean up this section. Yeah, exactly. It's replacing everything. It's 25 by 25, so I'm hoping it's going to be visible. Sleep, you stupid idiot. It's nighttime. Finally. It's not really meant to be viewed from up close because, you know, it looks kind of garbage. Let me remove the terracotta. It also has a ton of glowstone so that it would be visible during the night. Let us see how it looks from a distance. It does require a frame, but I like it. Also, I really wanted it to be centered, but unfortunately the mountain peak is not really centered with our base. Because obviously, our base is the center. My dearest Lord Traverse of Darkness, I did my best. I hope you liked it. Happy 12 million downloads. Getting back to our fungus farm, I did some adjustments. I installed the redstone and this is how it works. Crimson nylium, warp nylium. We're using observers in order to create a clock so that the dispenser is going to dispense bone meal. And everything is hooked up using redstone links, so it's wireless. Then if we come over here, there are no windows. It's fine. There are no windows in hell. Only Mac. But you might also notice that we have a few pistons which are holding up the water and everything is on a timer. So if I press the button, the observers are going to be activated for a few seconds. You can see that. And then the water is going to be activated. And after everything gets washed, we get a bit of fungus. And just to sum up, we are going to have a nether base next to the nether fortress in the Soul Sand Valley, correct? The tunnel leading to it is not very important, therefore decorating that tunnel is not very important, therefore the warp stem is also not very important, so we just did all of this for something which is non-important. This is called the Lushian efficiency. But this system is kind of fun. I like it. We don't need that much fungus, so instead of this, maybe I'm going to hook it up to a daylight sensor. You know, it should activate like twice a day. That's fine by me. I just remembered that the fungus farm is ready, but it does need one minor tweak. Well, it does need a few minor tweaks, but for the moment only one. This might sound a bit wasteful to you, but the only things that we're interested in are warped fungus and crimson fungus. So, deny list. We put you here, so they are going to stay in that barrel and not go to this one. And therefore, I should be able to remove that barrel, replace it with a cauldron, and put lava. You can convert these things into bone meal, but I don't really need them. Also, you're not being extracted. I'm just saying. Oh, okay, it's fine. We put the lava here. So if I put you in, yep, it's being voided. Just before we continue with the rest of the episode and start automating the actual trees from the nether, there is something else that I need to do. So the nether tunnel and also the nether base itself is going to be made out of blackstone. I don't really have any systems for bulk hunting, so I think I'm going to add something to the factory. Well, mushrooms gives you fungus, but how would you get mushrooms easily? Oh, that one is actually interesting. I need around 8,000 blackstone and I have like, I don't know. That's my entire supply. I did install an extra line for converting deep slate into blackstone. You can also do that with cobblestone, but I do have tons and tons of deep slate, so I was like, let us use it. Moving on, we have 3 types of trees that we need to chop down. Oak is not one of them. Obviously, the first one is going to be spruce, and I'm going to set it up over here. Then we have the warp stuff, which we will do on the mountain, and also we have the azaleas. I don't use it that much, but it's nice to have a mechanic for it. This time for chopping down the tree, we're going to use a gantry carriage. There's absolutely no reason for this decision, it's just easier to hide. For the azaleas, we can't really do that. Because remember, they're not actually trees, they're something else. I don't know what they are. Well, that is relatively simple. We give it a redstone signal, it's going to chop down the trees, and come back. I need to set up a timer, but I don't really know how long it takes. Also, the reason that I have 2 extra saws over here is that sometimes you have leaves and it's going to stop the saw. But let us see if it actually works. Very good. Lovely. And since it is a contraption, does everything go inside this chest? You're not a contraption. Huh. Well, much better. It's going to be symmetrical. I have semi-finished the tree farm and I set a timer to 50 seconds. I'm not sure if it's long enough. Actually, I think we need like 30 seconds. Maybe 50 seconds is a lot. Let us see. Maybe it's not. Oh, and by the way, the floor is that so that we don't get the puzzle. 50 seconds is too much. Yeah, 30 seconds was more than enough. Oh, this was 1 minute. Yeah, we set you to 45 seconds. Anyways, everything goes inside the vault. For the stems, we do have a bit of a problem, which I don't really know how to solve, so if you have any ideas, I'll welcome it. It destroys the nylium, and I'm not really happy about it. Also, I'm not really sure if there is any way of making them grow very tall. Because sometimes it just spawns over here, and it's not great. I gave you the chance, just go away. So if I press the button, are you gonna grow tall? It's better. Then we just harvest you. This is going to be automatic, don't you worry. And everything goes into the barrel. We have to get rid of these. They don't have any uses. Compost. But yeah, you see the problem. So is it gonna grow taller every single time or I just got lucky? Yeah, I just got lucky. Well, it harvested everything except you. Can we make it taller? I don't think it's like oak, which you can grow the big ones. So I hooked up the redstone. I'm not really sure if it's gonna work correctly or not, but let us give it a test. Here are the fungus. We press the button. You missed that one. Why did you miss that one? Oh, this is a pulse extender. I wanted some delay. Yes, the repeater. Pulse repeater, we put you to 4 seconds delay. Now if I place down the fungus and press the button, it should work. It has not been 4 seconds. I have a feeling there should be a delay of like 3 seconds. Then we need the pulse extender and keep it for like 6 seconds. And then we have the link. Okay, now it works. That's good. Everything goes here and we're voiding the rest of the stuff. We're actually not really voiding them, but we can. It's not that bad. That's the problem. But the issue is that I don't really know how to control their growth. Although I would like to mention, it's not that common. Yeah, if you guys remember a few episodes ago, we had a chit chat with Cool Cat and we were going to connect our bases using rail networks. After that, he also went on a very small vacation and, well, we didn't continue doing anything. However, this morning he said that he has designed a tunnel and there is a cannon somewhere. Okay, that is the cannon. I was hoping that maybe we can take a copy of the items required. 4 coal ore. Why? I don't think that is for decorations, maybe it was already in the tunnel. 4,618 copycat steps. 1,191 stone bricks. Who? These are expensive. 2,733 stone tiles. What the heck is that? Oh, these ones from supplementaries. Okay, well, as a person who does a lot of mining, I think we should provide the zinc. He has a massive cobblestone factory, so I don't think he needs the cobblestone. Yeah, I thought I'm very wealthy on zinc. We're not. Oh, each one gives you 4. That's great. I think for efficiency purposes, it's better to take all the zinc, take our super fancy train, and go to the chests. Oh, he just left. Shame. His horse is there. Did he tie him up? No. I'm gonna take the horse to his base, cause otherwise he's never ever going to find him. Okay. I need some leads. I'm sorry. Why don't you have fences? I'm really trying to save his horse. Okay, he has wood. Yes. Stay here. Don't move. That is almost a full double chest. I think I have more here. Yes. So that is an entire double chest. And I think we need 2 more rows. The problem is that I'm out of zinc. Where is my minecart? Anyways, let us update the book. Kitchen hood. Oh, it's fine. We're gonna figure it out. We need to do some mining, and I thought maybe I should show you my new mine shaft. You can't see the end. Which I always forget. I really want to install tracks here. It's actually a very long journey. I just wanted to mention that is the pillar that you could barely see from the entrance, and that is the end. And I have already mined every single ounce of diamonds from here. But this Y level is actually quite nice. We get redstone, we get zinc, and we get diamonds. It's minus 54. I had 4 stacks of rails on me, and now we're left with only 54. This is going to be a massive amount of mining. Where's the furnace? Oh, this one didn't have a furnace. I have to push it now. It has been such a long time since I have mined that I kind of forgot. And now it's turning into a nightmare. We have 6 pieces of iron. I think you should be able to make a furnace with deep slate. Yes, you can. Perfect. So you smelt the iron. We're gonna make a furnace minecart. I found more diamonds than iron. That should be more than enough. Voila. Minecart with a furnace. So now, my dearest friend, you should go faster. What are you digging? Yeah, this is much better. Wait for me. That is a big vein. Massive. I have gone mining twice. I'm still waiting for the resources to be processed, but let us check our inventory of zinc. It's not great. I'll admit. I wanted to make my nether tunnel out of brass. Apparently I can't really do that. Anyways, while I'm waiting for the rest of the items to be processed, we have some name tags. Mr. Rowe, you go next to Papa Felix, Simon, Citron, and James 404. Then we have Krish Gupta, and where's the rest? Tomjit, Doodoo. I like that one. Little Gamer, Ivy, Nazos, Salih, Oreo, Night Patin, Deranged. What do you sell? Smite. I like you. HG is the best. Don't know what HG is, but you're the best. Efficiency. Lace, Andros, Small Raggy Orange. The Armor. There was supposed to be a Darkus. I added Maximus, Sir Kipsalot, Aquatic Engineer, The Mumbling Idiot, and a Mr. Komar. I also had a few special requests. Melonhead for a melon seller, essentially a farmer. That is the one who actually got away. And I kind of punched him once, so I'm sorry. Yopek, who wanted to be a zombie, and I dropped the glass. Come on. Hey you, yes. Lush's firm hand. Okay, so I have brought some of the garbage. This is the kitchen hood. I also thought I brought enough deep slate, but I forgot the sack. Which is fine, I'll bring it, don't you worry. And that should be the last of the copycat blocks. I made the extra. It's fine. I'll go get the deep slate. So I guess the answer is no. Huh. No, I don't think he actually saw that. It's okay. Before we move on, I was thinking maybe we should fix the paths a bit. I will do that off camera, don't you worry. But you might notice that we have a path in front of our base, but nothing comes to the back of our base, and especially to the new tree farm. I was hoping somebody is going to plan on making some mods, but for the moment, I'll gather some manually. Ladies and gentlemen, as promised, I have already made the path. And then I made a horrible mistake of making a map. It was actually such a horrible mistake that I decided that I'm going to rage quit. Not forever, for the night. So do you see the problem? Our base looks massive, but on the map, we don't have an impression. So I just spent the last 3 hours in creative trying to design something which would make an impression. And yes, this is why we are at around 35 FPS. That is because we are loading a hologram of our brand new factory. It's actually incredibly difficult to see because everything that you see in front of you is going to be removed. But I can assure you, that is a huge impression. Okay, I put the hologram inside the cannon. We are back to normal FPS. I'm not sure how animals are going to affect everything, so we get rid of every single one. I don't really want the cannon to misplace anything. I like donkeys. Shame. It is perfectly fine. I found a few spare donkeys. I just realized the amount of terraforming that I have to do is gonna be crazy. Half the structure is buried underground. So literally this half of the mountain has to go away. And I also have to carve up this section of the mountain. Okay, 632 andesite casing. Who designed this stupid thing? Me. 1504 kelp blocks, 2829 spruce logs, 3 terracotta. Oh, that is for the pixel art. Okay. I have to go and gather resources. Actually, I kind of forgot to explain something very important. What we're building today, and that requires so many material, is actually just the shell of the factory. It's completely hollow. It doesn't even include the stupid roof, because the roof itself has to be made out of copper, and I thought by the time I managed to copy and paste everything will be oxidized. And you know, I'm a lazy person. I don't really want to lay down copper for it to oxidize to use it later. It can oxidize on the roof, I don't care. And also, yes, the Nether project is on hold. I think I'm going to need to add more chests. 500 more bricks. Oh my goodness. I think it took me around 1 hour just to gather the material. It was crazy. But let us see if we are missing anything. No, everything is fine. I'm going to make myself a very small AFK spot. So the schematic cannon itself is amazing. The problem is the speed that it operates. I think it places or mines blocks every half a second or so 2 blocks per second, and it needs to hollow out this entire area. Because you know, for like 20 minutes I was like, what the hell are you doing? You're just firing and doing nothing. It was just making this hole. And since insta-mining dirt is going to be like 10 dirt per second, I thought I'm going to help it a bit. And also I can use the dirt. It's useful. I'm not sure with Create if it's a replenishable resource or not, but I can use dirt. Worst comes to worst, I'm gonna sell it. Also, I just realized I have a monumental task ahead of me. I have to clear all of that and all of the rest of the mountain over there. It's perfectly fine. We wanted to make an impression, we're making a big one. It has been maybe an hour later and I removed all the dirt. We're having a mob farm on our hands. Maybe we should torch it up before it gets really late. And yes, you might notice there's a huge chunk of the mountain remaining, which I have to fix. After I survive this, there's a high chance that I'm not. Why am I out of food? I mean, a small mob farm is fine, right? I can't reach there. Since there's a huge chunk of the mountain remaining, I was thinking maybe we can change this one to haste. Unfortunately, we don't have any extra beacons and I think the range is going to be barely enough. And I really mean barely. Yeah, this is the range. It's fine. Is it just like 3 blocks? A bit more? Come on. Ladies and gentlemen, finally the stupid shell is complete and we can't see it. It's out of render distance, I think. Yeah, I guess for the moment, we just have to look at it up close. This is going to be our brand new potion factory. And yes, don't you worry about the holes, there are plants. But not for today because I think I had to wait like 2 hours for this to get finished. And later on, I also have to remove this entire mountain. All of it. Basically everything from down there to up there. I would also like to add, it does miss the roof. It did require a ton of copper, which I was not sure I have, and in addition to that, well, I didn't really want it to oxidize. I know you can also deoxidize it with an axe, but you know, I didn't really want to risk anything. The goal was to make a mark on the map. Did we at least make that? I like it. It's big. Very big. And don't you worry, once we are done, it's going to be way bigger. Yeah, I think that is larger than everything else we have combined. On the surface, obviously. Although later on, we also have to fix the ore processing as well as the create factory. It's just that I'm not really sure how many more belts I need. So we are not doing that garbage. I'm happy. Another very small thing is that Cool Cat was online today. Threefold was also online today. Did they do any shopping? Huh. Nothing. How would you actually force them to shop? If you guys remember, a few episodes ago, I asked you guys how the hell do I stop the zombie in our villager trading hall to stop targeting other villagers and focus on the villagers that it has to convert. I received a very good tip and not a very good yield, apparently. The tip was that if I use magma blocks, the zombie is going to stop from pathfinding. Let us try that. It's really hard to navigate with this. Remember, we don't really want to do this for every single villager. We just want it for the lecterns as well as the brew stands, which is like 80% of the villagers. Let's see if it works. I don't hear anything. You know, he's still targeting the other villagers. Because I was never the problem. I could just come over here. Maybe you just need to be reset. Just once. Do something. That is very normal behavior, and that is not. Okay, he can still pathfind. Somehow. You see, here is the problem. That's the zombie. Where are you? Stop moving. Trust me, he's behind that column. But in any case, he can't see the other villagers over there. So I don't know what to do. Well, this is probably a bust because zombies are 2 blocks tall. But what if we come in, have a golden apple, and you know, put a trapdoor, and we just bail out. Now do your thing. Okay, on a very positive note, he's not pathfinding. At all. If he goes to the third one, I think I might have found a solution. Yes. Although the problem is that I'm not really sure if my solution is great, because I'm using these pillar trims, and I think they're going to stop the experience. I don't know, let's trade something and see. Yep. I have to stand in the corner, which is not something that I like. What if I use some copycat blocks? Well, I mean, this is so far so good. I'm really happy. It worked. Copycat blocks are the best. And obviously, everything has to be standard, so yeah, these guys got it too. Even though they don't really need that. I have just realized clerics are jerks. The price of rotten flesh was 6 for 1 emerald, now it's 5 for 1 emerald. And originally it was 22 or something crazy? How many times do you have to zombify them? There is one very important thing that I wanted to mention about our villager trading hall, and that is the efficiency that it has. Yes, it's a pain, but it's very efficient. Do you know why? Because yeah, until today I had a bit of a problem with the pathfinding of the zombie, but you should remember, it does take 4 or 5 minutes for a zombified villager to be cured, and that's a lot. I have 30 villagers here. Sure, I can make a system so that a minecart comes up, picks up the villager, takes him to a zombie chamber, zombify him and bring him back, but then I have to do it one by one. For 30 villagers, it's 2 hours. This way I can just convert all of them in like 10 minutes. And this is why I'm very insistent on this design. So what is the price? 4. You're doing it one by one. While I'm dealing with them, I think it's also a good time to wrap up the episode. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope you enjoyed it. Till the next one, bye bye.